Welcome back. So it's big day. We're doing 2 hogs today. This is the second time that we have harvested pigs on our homestead ourselves. This time we have 2 other families coming, and we have 2 other guys coming to help out. So it's going to be a big community. The 2 families, actually all of them as far as I know, are going to be camping here for this whole weekend. And of course, the weather is not cooperating. There's water all over the ground, it's overcast. But it's not going to stop us. Rain chances are pretty small for the rest of the day. So we got up early, and we have the fire going in our scalding tank. We lit one last night and let it burn throughout the night. Obviously it burned itself out. But this morning when I woke up, instead of the water being 60 or 70 degrees, it was 85 degrees. And with my experiments last night, I realized if a fire's raging down there, I can do about 30 degrees in an hour. But this is not a how-to video. This is an experiential video. I'm going to be helping 2 other families harvest their pigs, having only done it a couple times myself, once with someone who knew what they were doing and once by myself. I'm going to be very busy. So what we're going to do is bring you along for the ride, and you're just going to see how the day goes. I'm going to do my best to give you a feeling of the work involved and the community involved and how amazing it can be to help teach kids where their food comes from. We're going to do our best to keep the graphic nature down. We're not going to show the dispatching of the animals, but we are going to show scraping and the eviscerating process. Again, not in detail. There are other videos for that out there. I just want to bring you along for the journey. Let's do it. So we endeavor to reuse as many things as possible. If you guys remember when we were clearing out the area behind me, we had that big bonfire and we threw the mattress in there. This is what's left of the mattress. And because we live in clay, the ramp running down here turned into a mud pit. So we've used the springs from the box spring and the mattress to act like a road. We've got our fire going. Needs to be about twice that size to get up to 155, 165 degrees. So as it grows, we'll spread it out. One of the cool things I've discovered is because of the height and size of the fire box area, if we let the fire die down, it will, even a decent sized fire under there, it won't get much above 175 to 180. You really have to have it ripping to get it above that. So the good news is, once we get it to temperature, we can go get the pig, bring them here, scald them, take them over to the scraping and evisceration station, go get the other one and come back, and by then it should be back up to temperature and we won't burn our pig. I know, but you have to.
Like half the car ride.
You just have to. It's so exciting.
She's anxious. She wants to be
That big wood. All right, there's a big wood chip pile over there.
We'll show you.
No going in it. We think there's poison ivy in it.
To have guns, we're going to have knives, we have almost boiling water, we have fire, and we're going to have heavy pigs unsuspended. Do you know what suspended means? Hanging. Right? So there's the potential for crush injury, slashing, stabbing, gunshots, and burns. Not to mention poison ivy. So, what's going to happen the first thing in the morning is Mr. Carl and I, and whoever wants to, we're going to go out and we're going to dispatch the pig. Then we're going to bring the pig back hanging from the tractor and go over to the scalding tank, which is the big cauldron looking boiling thing over there. We're going to dip the pig into the scalding water, we're going to pull it out, and then we're going to scrape it. Okay?
Like get all of that rough hair off.
Get all the hair off, the skin off, things like that. Once we're done with that, we're going to eviscerate, which means remove all the organs, cut it in half, and we're going to put it in the freezer. We have to do that twice. Okay? So while that's going on, when you hear tractors going by, I need you guys to pay attention. Whoever's operating the tractor is going to be looking around seeing where they're going, but we can't have people running across roads and darting out places and things like that. If you don't want any part of what we're doing, I don't care. That's just make sure you're away from the place so that we don't have to keep an eye on you. Also make sure that you're reporting into whoever, somebody, for where people are and such, so that the ladies can do the things that they need to do. Because not only do we have pigs to scrape and kill and eviscerate and all those other things, we have food to make, campsites to set up, houses to clean. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
You may want to put
Roger
on a
that.
shorter leash.
Oh, 'cause she's gonna
She's
be.
running through the road and she is not.
Yeah, you're my eyes and ears. So how many walkie-talkies do you
You'll
have?
bite tires.
4 or 5.
Okay, then we can keep one out here too, so we can.
4 or
we can
5
count
that work. We can just give some batteries and we have like. Actually, like
We have
can
4
put
batteries
2
too, I
here
think, so.
and 2 there.
We hope to be done with all that stuff by 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon, with all the eviscerating and halving and stuff. So if that's the case, after that, it's party time. Okay? Do you guys have any questions? Okay. Well, let's pray for safety and for the Lord's favor, and then we will commence with harvest. Thank you, Father, for this day. Thank you for blessings to these families. Thank you for the opportunity to enjoy your creation. Thank you for the opportunity and the gift it is to be able to raise food and then enjoy it. You have said that one of the best things in life is to work with your hands and then enjoy the fruits of your labor. So as we endeavor to labor, we endeavor to enjoy the fruits. Help us to be quick with our dispatching, help the animals not to suffer, and help us to harvest as much as possible and give all the glory to you for this opportunity. Help us to all stay safe, for the safety and well-being of the humans is much more significant than the animals. So we give you praise and glory in Jesus' name.
We might be able to get some of the ladies or the kids to straight. Go dispatch and call the second one. Yeah. Okay. Then we can eviscerate next to each other. Oh, okay. I also don't know anything yet. We'll see. Because I mean, if we get everything done by noon, one, and we have to go do it again, that's only 2.5 hours. Right. We can take a lunch break, come back, maybe start the other one at 2. The thing that worries me is getting it in the cooler in time. I'd rather have it done before lunch than when we're not going back to dinner. So let's shoot for that. I've got ice in the freezer this time, which I didn't have last time. It should help us do it faster. Very good skull. Okay. You get the idea? Yep. It kind of hooks it and folds. Yep.
Dad, are we gonna
Different
help out
parts
with
of the
this?
skin come off easier than others.
Dad, are we gonna help out with this?
Yeah.
Great.
You could. Right here. You gotta press it at an angle. Help guide you.
Sure got it.
There you go. Yeah, harder. So you want a little bit of angle here, and then you grab that little skin lip. You feel it now? Stomach didn't do very good, did it? Yeah. Well, what we can do is get everything off that will come off. So this is where we start opening things up. So we need to be even more careful than we've been.
You don't disregard.
We don't want to go deep.
Do you want your left one? Okay. And then go look for your Swiss.
So the butthole, rectum, anus goes through the pelvis.
Okay.
Okay, and then we have the pistol. Apparently that's the term for pigs. So what we need to do is carefully open here, carefully cut around the butt. Then we can grab the butt, tie it closed,
Okay.
feed the pizzle back through, tie it off with it, and then when we open things, you can actually pull it out and then the intestines and everything go together. You don't want to cut very deep. So you can see the tension, it's clearly under.
Come on, watch it.
That's good.
Alright,
Everybody get out of the
so
shot. Get out of the shot.
We
So I
don't
can.
want,
Wait, so do we need the table cleared?
Mr. Carl. Mr. Carl, get a little bit. Alright.
so feel right there. Pelvis.
Yep.
Okay, so we have to go underneath the pelvis and back under there. So once you get an opening, you can put your fingers here. And it's really narrow.
Oh, I see. And keep it separated.
Alright. I'm just gonna.
I got your boots, right?
Got those on. They're butchering. They're cutting it open. Yours are less muddy than mine. Mine's. These are
That's a much better.
Yeah, I have ones like that. Yeah. But
So now we're going to try and find it.
what are you finding?
Trace it. The pizzle.
So we didn't feed them, and look how.
Look how full it still
Yep.
is.
So now we need to get up in here. So sometimes the easiest way to do that is to just tear things out.
Okay.
Now, if you want a bucket of fat for like the animals, we can do that. Like of bits, there's not a whole lot of bits out of this they can eat. Now there's liver and such. So if you have a thing you want them to eat liver, you can do that. If not, we'll just chuck it. It's up to you.
Sure. Yep.
Do you have a clean bucket then?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
It's the inside fat.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the bladder.
Wow. Look up. Well, I guess it's a big animal. But like, look how big his intestines are.
So what we should be able to do now.
Okay.
Is work this out.
Do you want the bucket closer? Is that all going in the bucket?
So that's all poop.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, the other thing you can't do
How was hold your bucket?
Yeah.
force the pigs to
There we go.
Well, we stopped feeding them. But that's the other dirt, and
Yep.
you can't get them to not eat if they want to eat.
right.
It's like free-range chickens on a much bigger scale.
Come on.
Wow. It's really interesting to see how big that is. I see all the heat coming out.
And that's what we need to get stopped. So you just keep kind of tearing away. It's alright. We're not keeping this.
No, I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't like fall and like cut itself in half.
Let go. So it's got to be cleaned. All right, it is about 2:30. What time did we dispatch the first pig? 9:30? 9:45? So 2 pigs have been scalded, scraped, eviscerated, and halved in approximately 5 hours. So they're in the freezer now. It's raining. I don't know if you can tell. But that's it for today. We're going to clean up our things, and then we'll see you tomorrow for butchering, the actual processing of the pig. So it's day 2. Everyone had a good night camping. They actually ended up sleeping in the barn because the rain did not let up very much. So thankfully we had a nice clean open barn. So that's what we're going to be butchering this morning. I'm going to show you our setup, and we're going to set up some time lapse and see if we can get through 2 pigs at once. So one of the keys to doing this safely is to be as clean as possible. So we have our halving table. This is where we're going to bring the halves of the pigs, and we're going to put them skin side down, break them down into smaller pieces. Quarters is what it's known as, even though it's technically 1/8 of a pig. These 2 sides
or where we break the quarters down into further primal cuts. And then here is where we finish the cuts. And then it's going to get taken from here back into the house where the grinder is set up, the vacuum sealer, all that good stuff. So we're going to set up some time lapse and hope you enjoy the show. Well, we did it. 440 pounds worth of hanging weight, which means that they've been gutted and their heads have been detached. 2 pigs, completely butchered, processed, packaged, and sent home with 2 families. One of them sent us a picture after they got home with their upright freezer essentially full of meat. It was a wonderful weekend, lots of great memories made. Learned a lot. Some different things that we tried this time worked better than some of the things we did last time. And we'll probably talk about that in one of our live streams coming up. I don't want to get into details right now. I just want to enjoy the fact that we did it. And it was a success. So we're growing as we grow. Appreciate you joining us today. Have a good weekend. Bye.